Pruitt. I believe this is 44, 45 as a head coach. I believe.
I don't know about that, but it's 47.
It's 47 in all.
Been on the sidelines on Friday. I started at Boaz.
It's good to have you back this year. And if you'd let the guys introduce themselves or you introduce them, then some opening comments, we'd appreciate it.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to say I am real proud to be here. This time last year, I was in Arkansas. My wife was very sick. We didn't know if we was going to be back. She's back doing well. She's almost at remission. I got a brand new knee, so I feel better than I felt in 5 years, so that's good. I have with me on my left Owen Hope. Owen is a two-sport athlete. He played on the basketball team that come within a bucket of a state championship. He's been a starter for us since a freshman. He's a senior. He's been a DB wide receiver, but he's making the transition to quarterback. He's getting better every day, doing a really good job running the offense. Our offense will be changed a little bit because he is a dual threat guy. Our other guy was not a dual threat guy, and but did a great job. But every day we go out, Owen's better, and we're tickled to that, and I'm sure he'll do fine. Cole Holland is on my right. One reason I brought him, we have 13 seniors. 12 of them have started at one time or another. The other one has not played really. So, but he did start the year he did play. So, I brought Cole because he's been playing, I think, since about the 8th grade. I can remember on a Thursday night, we always we have devotion and a church feeds our kids. Well, we had about 10 of them out there. It was around a swing set. None of them old enough to drive, but a lot of them were playing on Friday night, and Cole was one of them, and he was sitting in a swing, spinning around. It didn't matter that he weighed what he weighed, but he was still a young 8th grader. So now Cole's a junior. I think he broke his fist in the 9th grade, didn't get to play, had as much as he would like to, but that's kind of how we are. We have played a lot of kids the last few years. Last year we only had about 4 seniors and about 2 of them played. So we've played a lot of young kids. We've got 15 or so that have started at some time in their life. That don't necessarily mean that they were good enough to start. Sometimes you say, well, if you got that many players, they get all kind of experience. They're going to be great. One year I had a team like that when they were 10th graders, they won 3, and when they were seniors, they won 3. They didn't get better. I just had to deal with them for 3 years. So it could be either way. But this bunch is getting better, and we're glad of that. So at this time, you can ask us anything. We're excited. A little bit about my staff. Jeremy was up here last year. We've been very fortunate to have him while I was gone, and now that I'm back. So we also have Brad Bruce, Nathan Ledbetter, Elijah White, Cody Willingham, Josh Sandlin, Philip Jackson, Blake Holloway, and Patrick Blevins. Some of them are volunteers. Some of them are there all the time. Some of them aren't. But if you ask me if Jeremy will still have a large part, I'm not very smart, but I'm not a complete fool. Yes, he'll have a tremendous amount of part in the deal. He's got a ring for every finger, so I figure he knows a little bit about high school football. So, where you like him and where you're not, that's the way it is. I'm not any smarter than I used to be, so you have to ask me real simple questions. Okay? Anything?
Coach, coming out of the summer workouts, headed into preseason practice, the improvements you've seen this summer and maybe the things that you see that you need to work on headed into fall practice?
Well, the number one thing was not that we didn't have a quarterback in the camp, but we had never worked a quarterback in the camp. We had 2 new guys that have moved in that are young quarterbacks, and we had 2 other guys we were looking at quarterback. Neither one of them had ever played quarterback. So that's not a position that you learn in 3 practices or whatever. So that had to be the big deal in the room. Everything else, we had people back or people had played there. At least we had a starting point. So I think that was the biggest thing. And I think we're very, very happy with what has happened over the summer about the maturity of our quarterback and the things that he can do, the things that we don't want to ask him to do. We played some 7-on-7s, and I don't have to tell you that Owens, that's not his greatest, even though he can throw the football, his greatest thing is his legs. He can run the football, and he can get it to the guys that we need to get it to. That's like another defense has to have another it's a little tougher to stop when your quarterback can run the ball. Anytime you got mobility at the quarterback position, that's another person you got to stop. And in the last 3 years, we've had a good quarterback. He just wasn't very mobile. He did his job and did a great job at what he could do. So this year we just got to change it a little bit, simplify it a little bit, and let like some people say, let the big dog eat because he can run. Okay, it would be crazy not to let him.
Well, Coach, I want to talk about last year. I know one year doesn't really make a whole lot of difference to the next year, but last year, and I know you've been looking for a level of consistency with this football team. Last year, you guys put together pretty good halves the first half of the season, but the last half of the season, you guys started putting together 4 quarters and really finished up strong down the stretch, even though you didn't make the playoffs. Do you think that's going to carry over this year and that raises that level of expectation?
Well, we hope so. Last year we started out 1-4. We ended up 4-1. Had a very good chance to get in the playoffs. Should have got in the playoff. We got the ball inside the 10. You get the football inside the 10. If you don't score, you don't win. It's really simple. We missed a field goal, dropped a touchdown pass, and was held. Okay, that was against Madison Academy, who had a pretty good football team. Okay. We went 1-4 in the first part of the season, and part of that was survival. We started about the third ball game, we started 3 8th graders. 3 8th graders not supposed to start at the 4A level, okay? But everybody we were playing were pretty deep, and so we had to play. So I think that helped us by playing more people. We're a little deeper this year than we've been being. Also, I don't think the part about 4A is a big deal anymore. I mean, this time last year, we didn't know where all them schools were. Our kids had never been there. We was going to Huntsville every weekend, blah, 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 blah. We didn't just jump in the bus and run up down Highway 75. So it made things a little different as far as our preparation. I think that'll help us this year. The fact that we had 4 seniors and about 2 or 3 that played, and we got 13 seniors, and all of them are playing right now. That should help us. Whether it does, we'll see. But the biggest thing is, we just want to be 1-0 the first Friday night, 1-0 the next Friday night. Keep going like that. And if they'll do that, they got a good chance.
Coach, you mentioned that Jeremy's still going to be very involved. What's it like having him on the staff? How special is that, getting the chance to work with him?
Well, it's different whether he's acting like me or acting like his mama. There's no question what he's thinking, and there's no question what he'll say, okay? But I learned a long time ago when me and him would get into it on the phone and stuff, if I'll just shut up and listen, he's usually making a good point. And most of the time, after we've got through talking, and I'm like, where did you get that? Well, I talked to Coach Belichick this week, or I talked to Coach this or Coach that, or I'm talking to Georgia Tech this week. I'm doing this. And them guys are people that he talks to constantly. And so basically, I just let him have his say, and then if I don't like it, we do that. But he's a much better colonel than he is private. I'll tell you that. And the biggest thing, trouble I have is assistant coaches coming in and getting real quiet on the practice field. I'm like, don't get quiet. If you screw up, he'll tell you. I promise you, he'll tell you. So go ahead. Say what you want to, say what you think is right, and let's go. Because the worst thing they could do is not do anything, because then we don't know if they know anything or not. And as a head football coach, when you hire somebody, unless it's a coordinator and you're going to let him do the deal, it makes very little matter about how much they know. It's how much are they willing to learn, and how much are they willing to try to do it like you do it. Because there's 100 different ways to do things, and nobody does the same. We run outside zone a lot, and I mean everybody runs it different. Everybody runs it different, you know. But Will Friend used to be Tennessee's offensive line coach. He's been several people. Well, now he's Bill Belichick's offensive line coach. Freddie Kitchens is up there with him, and you can go on and on and on. So that's been a hotline for us. And Bill Belichick's no dummy either. So, you know, I'm not going to say, hey, I don't care. We're going to do it this way. I don't have an ego. I'd like to get a few more W's.
For the players, to piggyback off Phil and Coach from a moment ago, talking about last season versus this season, now getting off to a fast start's obviously going to be important to avoid that 1-4 start like last season. What have you done this offseason individually and as a team to work to improve on that so that you can get off to the better start? So maybe late in the season, late game situations, you can respond better and be better. What have you done this offseason to help yourselves fix that?
Well, I hope we've talked about finishing. Are you talking to me? Okay. Talking about finishing. In fact, that's what we tried to. It's first of the year last year was finishing. You know, and we played a ton of people both ways. And it's tough to play if they play 22 and you play 13. We found out we cannot do it that way. So they say, so we having to play some folks that maybe is not the best 11, but it's got to be somebody that can help our football team have a small package to help us win. We won't call certain plays when they're in there. If we know they're in, we got to do this, got to buy some time. So the last four and the first of the year last year, the half killed us. Last 4 minutes, we had several leads, and we'd give up a score right before halftime or something, and a lot of it was gassed. We'd give up something. So because when you get gassed, you don't think very well either. So that's when you give up one over your head, that kind of stuff.
Guys, we'll wrap up your portion. I want to ask the players really a two-part question. What's it like playing for Coach Pruitt, and then maybe some team goals and individual goals for yourself this year for the players?
Well, playing for Coach Pruitt, I mean, it's a great thing. I mean, from being a father figure to being able to ask him to do anything for you, man. I mean, he's a great guy, wonderful person, very spiritual. You ever need any guidance and biblically, I mean, he's just there for you.
Yeah, it's really great playing for Coach Pruitt. He's a great leader, and he does a lot for us, and he's got a lot of experience. And he builds our character every day, whether it's on the football field or not. And some of the personal goals I have for this season would be to find a way to express my faith on the football field and just do the best that I can every day. And team goals would be to just everybody work together, build team chemistry, and do what we got to do to win.
Oh, do you want to speak on team goals and individual goals?
Well, personal goals is really me being able to push our players, even our younger players, into a bigger role by leadership. And because we have a lot of depth, and we get 20, 24 kids who can truly play, that can be a big advantage to us. And team goals would be go 1-0 after every week.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Coach Pruitt, thanks for being with us today. Good luck to the Plainview Bears this season.